G'day guys, it's Thursday afternoon. I'm back out here again. There's been a bit of a storm front come through all week. It's been windy, just hasn't been right. I haven't managed to get out, so I've been frothing all week. I've been watching this window. This window is actually for tomorrow morning, but it's moved forward and it's come to Thursday afternoon. So there's another big front coming through tomorrow. So this is kind of the ideal stuff I look for. A bit of a gap between two fronts. It's like a dead low tide, not ideal. The water's pretty clear, again not ideal. A full moon, not ideal. But when you take into account the big front coming tomorrow and the big front that just passed and a bit of a northwest blow for the last few days, all bets are off. The snapper are where they are, when they are. So I could sit at home and go, oh, the conditions aren't right and I'm not going to catch any fish, or I can come out here, might not catch any fish, but on the upside I might catch some fish. So I'm out here, I'm giving it a crack. I'm only going to be out here for an hour or so, same as usual, short and sharp till the sun goes down. Then I'm going to head in. Wife's going out, I've got to feed my kids tonight, so I won't be out here too late. But in the meantime, same as always, got some half muleys in the water, just half muleys like that. That's all the bait I got today. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. Got a bit of burley going. I've got 2 rods out, one out there. This one's got a really small ball sinker, like tiny ball sinker. This one here is just free floating. I'm probably going to take the ball sinker off this one. I was using it the other week in a bit of current, that's why the sinker's on there, but I already don't like the way it's hanging straight underneath the boat. I always like to cast, get the burley going and then cast way out, as far out as you can. I find the bigger snapper will sometimes be pretty spooky and they won't come in underneath the boat. They'll always hang out back, feed off the burley out wide. In close you've got your skippy and your smaller snapper, but the big ones always tend to hang out wide. So I always, if I can, I'll cast out wide, let it drift down a bit. When I think it's near the bottom, I'll wind it in, cast it out, bang again, let it sink a little bit. I always try to keep them moving, so I've always got at least one bait mid-water as I'm fishing. So anyway, got some burley going, got some baits out, so let's see how it goes. While I'm waiting, I'm going to show you the sort of ground I'm fishing on. There's a bit of leftover swell from the last few days. The last couple of days it's been up 3.5, 3 metres. It's a bit hairy to sit on top of the bank in this sort of, when the swell's sort of left over like this and lumpy. There's a couple real ominous looking ones that look like they're about to break on my way out here. I'm not going to sit there when that sort of stuff's going on, so I've come out behind the bank. I'm sitting in 16 metres. As you can see, all I'm sitting on is just sort of like a bit of a hole. It's just basically a bit of broken ground behind the bank. Nothing special. I've never even fished this spot before. It's just something I come out. I couldn't go where I wanted to because the swell was breaking, so I came out here a little bit further, pulled up on the back of the bank, found some sandy holes and some broken ground. You're going to get your snapper on heavy ground where there's a lot of reef and stuff, but I don't know, this is just my theory. I think snapper like a bit of sand. Just the colour of them, they've got that light silvery sheen to them. Says to me they feed a lot on the sand. If they fed on the heavy kelpy stuff, they'd be a brown colour or really dark. A lot of the snapper I catch are all silvery coloured, and that says to me they feed on the sand or around the sandy patches. So I always look for sandy patches surrounded by some heavy reef. So I'm sitting on some kind of sandy stuff here. Hopefully it'll do the job. Actually, I'll show you what it looks like on the sounder, maybe. So that's all we're really dealing with. It's nothing too heavy, nothing too special. 14, 15. Every now and then it swings into 16 metres. That could be the swell, but I think there's a bit of a sandy hole just over to the right of me over here. It's probably a little bit deeper there. So basically, I just try to sit on the edge of a sandy hole with a lot of heavy reef around me and let the burley do the work. Snapper are not like dewies. Dewies, you got to go looking for them. You got to use your sounder. You got to find the ground. You got to look for the dewies. You got to drop the bait on top of them and you get them. Snapper, I think the snapper have got to find dews. The way I work, snapper are generally travelling. I don't think they sit in any one particular spot. The snapper are travelling. It's just a matter of getting your burley in an area where they're going to be travelling. Either they smell your burley or they don't smell your burley. If they smell your burley, you're in with a chance. If they don't, you're probably not going to get one. But if you're not out here, you're not going to get one. So anyway, we'll give it a crack, see how it goes.
When we're down from this height, you won't find me by your side. So let's drown the sky tonight.
So this is it, prime time. Sun's just hitting the horizon over there. Well, it's actually behind the clouds, but it's about to hit the water. Normally only takes about 10 minutes. Once that sun hits the water, it's about 10 minutes and it's gone. So this is the prime time. This is that sky starts to glow orange. You have a look over there. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's a huge full moon, wicked full moon coming up over there. Again, full moon's not ideal. Got a lot going against me today. Low tide, full moon. Anyway, I'm out here giving it a crack. But yeah, this is prime time, guys. I'll give it another half an hour till the sun goes, until it starts getting dark. If I haven't got a fish by then, I'm probably not going to get one. I haven't had much luck after dark. A lot of people do, but I don't. If I don't get them at this sort of sunset, around this gloomy period, I generally don't get them. I've sat out here in the dark plenty of times and caught nothing. Normally, if it's sort of like a prime bite time around now, they feed for 10-15 minutes maybe, and then it's all over. And I'm sure they feed into the night, but it just seems to go off for me at this time of the night. Other people will have luck at different times, but for me, this is when it all happens. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get one in the next 20 minutes.
Tonight we're gonna drown the sky, drown it in the blood red and white. When we're down from this height, you won't find me by your side. So let's drown the sky tonight.
Here we go. Oh, it's been a long time coming. Oh, this might not be snapper. I've been sitting out here for about an hour. It's just, oh shit. This might not be a snapper. It's been dead. Absolutely nothing. No pickers, nothing. Oh yeah, it's got the head shakes. I think it's a pinky. Could be a decent size one actually. Yeah, I've been sitting here, just nothing. I'm starting to question myself. Starting to think, did I come to the wrong spot? Am I on the wrong ground? But you just got to back yourself in, guys. I knew this was prime time. I wasn't going to leave. I was going to give it at least another 20 till it got dark. Just backed myself in. I knew I was close to where I needed to be. I knew the burley would do its job. If it was going to do its job, it was going to do its job. Oh yeah, good head shakes. This feels like a half decent fish. Temptation is to do the drag up, but he's coming towards the boat. It's where he needs to be. There's no need to do the drag up. A lot of people talk about getting done by a snapper in the reef. I haven't really had it happen, to be fair. I think snapper fight pretty fair. They mostly run mid-water. I only run 30-pound leaders. A lot of people talk about being bitten off by snapper. Don't think it really happens. I don't see it happen anyway. I've never had much trouble with 30-pound leader. I've had hooks pull, but as far as getting bitten off, it doesn't really happen. This is the bad part here. When they're by the boat, if they lunge under your motor or something, it's real easy to lose them. Here it comes. Okay, stand still. Okay, so that guy there you go. He's perfect eating size. He's actually coming home with me, just over 60 centimetres. He'll do me for a couple of meals. I'm pretty happy with that. Good stuff. I'm probably going to give it another 10, see if I can't get one in the next 10 minutes, and then I'm going to bail because the swell is pretty hairy. It's actually coming up and I don't really want to have to deal with breaking waves on my way back in, so I'm going to give it another 10 and then I'm back. So there you go, guys, fish, and there's my phone ringing in the background. Well guys, that's about it for me. I got my fish, that's what I come out for. I'm probably going to stay for another 10-15 and see if I can't get another one, but it's going to get too dark. As you can see, the sun's gone. It'll get too dark for me to film, so I'm going to sign off now. Have a look here. I don't know if you can see this awesome moon, the full moon. It's just huge. So anyway, I've had a good night. The conditions are awesome. I don't really want to have to deal with any big swells on the way back in. So I'm probably going to bail it pretty soon while I can still see. But there you go, awesome night out. I got the fish I came for. Just about persistence, guys. You just got to put in the hours, back yourself in. Like I said, get that burley going. If you know you're in the roughly in the right area and you've got the burley going, you just got to sit on that pick and just wait. That's all it is. It's just a waiting game. Oh, I've got line wrapped around my tip over here. That's not great. That's a recipe for disaster. Hang on. Oh, that's not cool. Yeah, line wrapped around the tip, you guarantee that's always when you're going to get a big hit and it's going to snap straight off. So, but like I say, that's it guys. If you like my stuff, don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. Hopefully I can start getting some bigger ones. As the summer starts approaching, I'm going to start targeting some different stuff. Probably getting sick of me catching snapper by now, so I'm going to start on the kings and hopefully target some mackerel maybe this summer. I don't know if the mackerel run's going to be as strong this year, but I'm going to do a bit of trolling around this season to see how I go. Also going to fish a few live baits and see if I can't get myself some big kingfish, so stay tuned. Hopefully we can get something big in the near future. Yew! Weird jacket guys, I've said it before, just wear it. I'm out here on my own. I don't want to fall in. It's a long swim. Wear your jacket. It's a simple thing. The lanyard, just wrap it around your wrist. It's really not that hard. Anyway, this is my favourite part. Well, not my favourite part. Obviously, I love catching fish, but I really love the run back on flat conditions like this. Flat conditions in the dark, full moon. Just doesn't get any better than this, guys. Yeah.